a cart that has sodas and chips. Most children are going to ask for sodas and chips. $2. Maybe it's my own personal financial situation that if I had kids, I would not have a problem spending $10 on them if sodas and chips is what did it for them. Not every day, of course, but you're not you're not in the downtown area every day. Most people are not. And if you're being a good parent, your children should have had breakfast. You should making arrangements for lunch. As long as your children are good children, they listen to you, they cooperate with you. What's the big deal of giving them chips and soda? There's no reason to deny them such a simple pleasure. $2. Parents can invest $2 in their children's happiness. And that's what children are. You give them a cookie, they're happy. Give them fudge, they're happy. Give them a piece of chocolate cake, they're happy. Give them chocolate milk, they're happy. Laugh with them, joke around with them, hug them, tell them that you love them. You don't want them to have their way. You want them to have structure, rules. It's healthy for children to have rules and structure. It's just the manner and how you do it. And they deserve that. A lot of the reason why when I was, okay, I'm doing this now and I'm going to try to dedicate, at least an hour a day to help people as a resource that people can find, to help them manage their emotions. Emotional management comes from intellectual management. And intellectual management is just what ideas do you have? What philosophies do you have that help you cope with life? A lot of us didn't get the opportunity to grow up. A lot of us didn't get the opportunity to mature. A lot of us are missing information about the basics. If you're a person who's doing fine, that's great. That's great. But if you're a person who isn't doing fine, don't think that it's hopeless. Don't drag yourself, into a corner of despair. Just sit down and carefully, calmly start saying, okay, I'm dealing with this issue, and here are the contributing factors to this issue, and here are the positive solutions that I can incorporate, and I'm going to stay away from the negative, whatever the issue is. Relationships with friends, relationships with family members, relationships with children, relationships with co-workers, again, major modern depression. A big reason for modern depression is people don't have a full life. They don't have a multidimensional life. They've forgotten how to fill their time. They know work. They know how to wash dishes and broom floors and mop. But we've forgotten that there was a time that, romantic music did it for us, or rock and roll did it for us, or reading Stephen King books did it for us, or, being involved in a special romantic relationship did it for us, hanging out with our parents, hanging out with our brothers and sisters. There was a time in our life when we actually played with our brothers and sisters. We become adults and everybody gets an attitude and everybody's in their own little corner of the world, their own little personal island. That's unhealthy, it's unproductive. So, closing this. As a parent, you have to be engaged in your child's life. You can't be a temporary parent, you can't be a part-time parent. If circumstances are that life realities, you can only have a weekend a month with your children, make the best of it. don't torture your children bad mouthing your spouse. That's their mom or that's their dad, and they don't want to hear it. It hurts them to hear stuff like that. They had nothing to do with your divorce. They're just children. And children are tender. Children are very vulnerable. I see a lot of verifiable signs of depression in children. 6-year-olds. You can look at a child and you can tell that that child is not just sleepy or bored. That child is actually sad. Little 6-year-old girl surrounded by adults, and the child's all bummed out sitting on the sidewalk because nobody will talk to her. Nobody will include her in what's going on. And what a person will ultimately, feel, the pain and suffering that they will have as adults, a lot of it will have to do with the parent-child relationship. Nobody's perfect, but we can all challenge ourselves to be better people. I'm not a person that speaks in fatalistic terms. I will use Glenn Beck as an example because it's just a strange human being. And maybe that's the way he believes he needs to be. But most people don't want to suffer. Most people don't want to hurt. Most people want answers, and I will tell you, you are your answer. You are your hope. You can change the way you think. I'm a firm believer that we can think ourselves happy. We can move away from a negative attitude towards a positive attitude. We can be optimistic. We can have hope. We can believe in ourselves. We can organize our lives. We can stop attacking ourselves with our negative inner voice and start using a positive inner voice. We can balance things and say, listen, this person at work is this person. I don't have to let this person affect my personal energy, my personal happiness. They can be who they want to be. I'm going to be a person who respects work for work and understands that from work I get something positive. A lot of people see work as a negative. Work is helping you make money, and that money is helping you pay for life. That's a positive. If you want more money, work more hours or change your life, change your job. See, have a healthy, positive attitude in everything. Maybe the relationship between you and your brothers isn't great. But the positive is to understand the limitations of your family members and to not let it affect your personal spirit, your mood. Maybe you would want more things from your friends. Great, if they were able to come through with that. But understand that maybe they're just not able to. And the relationship in a healthy manner will exist under these terms, and that's fine. The world isn't going to come to an end because they're not able to do everything you want them to do. So you start putting order in your life. Putting order in your life isn't throwing people out of your life. It's just understanding their personal limitations and understanding that you want to live a happy life, an enjoyable life, a pleasant life. And there's a lot that we can do that we can have a full life, multidimensional life, a life with music, a life with literature, a life with good meals, a life with relationships with friends that we understand, and we're able to receive some positive energy from that relationship and then move on somewhere else without being fatalistic or dramatic, trying to control everybody. When we learn the positive, when we learn to put things in order, life is better. We do feel empowered. We feel capable of accomplishing the things that we want to accomplish. I don't want to say this, but the pain and suffering really does come from how we think. We are a big reason that we are hurting because of the manner in which we think. Now, there's people who need to go to therapy to learn to untangle those emotional turmoils inside their brain. But again, with emotions, we ask ourselves, what am I feeling? And why am I feeling it? You can be sad. That's a normal reaction to being a human being. There's going to be times we're going to be sad. However, if the reason that we're sad is that we believe our coworkers have a negative opinion of us without us having any facts to support it, then that's not a legitimate reason to be sad. So we must say we shouldn't be sad. And we shouldn't focus on our paranoia. We should just recognize that they are who they are and we are who we are. And if we focus on what's good in life and we pursue simple, healthy pleasures of life, we'll be in a better spirit. Life will be better. We'll be more enjoyable. See? What are we feeling? Why are we feeling it? We have anxiety. And the anxiety is due to the reason that they have called a meeting at work and told everybody that it's a good chance that at the end of the month, the company's going to close and everybody's going to lose their job. Okay, that's a legitimate reason to have anxiety. However, you got to put it in perspective. You don't know the company's going to close. You only know they told you it could close. And you know of your education, and you know of your experience, you know with your resume, and you know that you can start building a strategy to find a new position in your career. So manage the emotion in a positive, healthy manner. If there is no legitimate reason for the emotion, then you stop obsessing on what you think is a reason, and you'll stop feeling sad. There are legitimate reasons for emotions. And I'm going to say it again. A lot of modern day depression has to do that people are not living. They're not. People are not going to picnics. People are not going to family weddings. People are not, going to the movies. People are not reading. People are not enjoying jazz. I mean, there's so much out there that we can do that can fill the day. I keep telling people, look, I'm bored here on planet Earth now. I could just imagine how an eternity in heaven is going to be. But the reality is that we can find things to occupy our time and in a healthy, productive manner. When you're a good parent and you interact with your child and you're an involved parent and you're there as a full-time parent, you're helping your child develop in a healthy manner, and when they become adults, they won't have overwhelming depression. They won't have overwhelming anxiety. When they confront stressors, they'll have a good coping strategy to deal with it. You're seeing a little kid. You should see a little kid that needs a lot, that eventually is going to grow up into an adult that you want to be a healthy, independent adult. And all of you who are harming children in the worst imaginable manner, cut it out. Turn yourself in. Leave these poor children alone. I think I've covered at least all the issues that I want to cover here on parenting. I'm pretty sure that I'll get some new ideas and then do another session. Again, this will go from here to YouTube. It shouldn't be hard to find me. All you gotta do is look up Jesse Ledesma, and you should be able to see this video again if you want to review it.